Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I just got done meal prepping for the week, and so I thought this is perfect time for me to come on and chat with you for a few minutes. What better time to come and chat with you than being a complete dumpster fire? But I did want to come on and just kind of talk with you about some things that are going on. And so hopefully it'll be a useful chat with you. So let me just tell you what's going on. It is storming like crazy right now. I will also post the meal prep in a little bit. I don't know if you can hear the wind howling right now outside. It is nuts. I'm pretty certain I might lose one side of my fence. It is barely standing. Unfortunately, it is leaning towards the neighbor's house, so I can't go like prop it up. And I've knocked on their door, but they haven't answered, so I don't know. The fence is pretty old, so it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, that's kind of where that part is at. But it is pouring rain, and the winds are it is howling. Now, most of you guys, or a lot of people, are used to that. For some context, I live in California. We don't deal with a lot of this very often, so, this is a little bit new for us. Anyways, so when I started this channel, I really started it with the thought that I didn't really have a thought other than I hoped that I would share things that might be valuable or useful to someone, that maybe I would say something that might be of value to someone. Maybe they would listen to it and think, that's interesting, or that's valuable to me. And that could be anything from, meal planning, cooking, how to use your Instapot, how to use your pressure canner, whatever it was. And that's kind of where I'm going with this today. And so I hope that, someone listens to this and finds this valuable. So here we go. It's kind of two things going on. And so I'll try to make it quick and not take up your whole afternoon. So anyways, here we go. I have, as you guys know, I had to kind of process what I was going to say. As you guys know, I have a super long commute to work, and that has really been upsetting me lately. It was always kind of an issue to me, but I have just done it because I left my job. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at you, I'm pouring some tea. But as time has gone on, the commute has gotten longer and longer, and it has kind of just become more of an issue to me. I do try to be home in time to take care of my mom and dad, and honestly, just as time has gone, I've had to be at work at times that have just become harder and harder, and then combining that with the commute, I leave for work 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and I'm not getting home by the time I commute until 7 o'clock at night. And for me, that's just rough. There's almost no time to do anything, like go to the gym or, go to a Wednesday night church service if I wanted to, or trying to stop by my mom and dad's when I get home at night is really hard because they're elderly. And so at 7:30 at night, it's just hard. And lately I have just really been in a place where I have really just felt like it is wearing on my own personal mental health. And if you have followed along my channel at all, you guys know that that I am a nurse and I work in a critical area. So I've been an emergency room nurse for about 28 years. I just recently switched to hospice, but that's just as bad. And so the stress level is extremely high, and then you combine that with this 2-hour commute each way. It's just really rough. So put that side of the story aside for just a minute and just kind of keep that, in your mind, that it's been really kind of dwelling on me about this really long commute and what it's kind of mentally doing to me. Oh, my lights are starting to flicker. I might lose my power. So recently, my doctor had really been on me to get some annual testing done. And, just like normal annual testing that a lot of women need to do. So I went in about a month ago and had a mammogram done. And they came back and they said, hey, we actually need you to come back in and do a series of other follow-up. So I had a 3D mammogram then done, and then they came back and they said, we actually need you to come back in and do some significant other follow-up. We need an ultrasound done, we need an MRI done, we need a bunch of labs done. And so they wanted to get me in immediately. However, I did not want to go to the hospital that is closer to my home. I really wanted to go to the hospital that I work at. I really trust the physicians there, and it is a significantly bigger hospital. The resources are better. And so I decided to put off going in immediately and wait a few weeks so that I could actually get an appointment there. So I'm going in a couple days. So with that being said, over the last now then few weeks that I have been waiting to get in, I have really been pondering this whole commute and mental health and that kind of thing. And it really has just started kind of pressing on me the one thing that I have said to so many patients over the years. And I have said it to so many people so many times I can't even count. And now all of a sudden I find it like dwelling in my mind and in my heart. And now I'm putting it out there for you guys to just kind of think about. And that is that I've never said to somebody, when you're on your last breath, you will probably say, oh gosh, I wished I would have worked more. I wished I would have commuted longer. I wished I would have spent less time with my family. No one ever says that. No one. And all of a sudden, I just really started thinking about that and thought, what am I doing? Why am I commuting so far? What is my life goals? And is commuting this far something that is bringing joy to my life or not? I mean, is this something that at the end of my life, I'm going to look back and say, wow, I'm so glad I commuted 2 hours each way every day for work. I'm so glad that I didn't spend more time with my parents. I'm so glad that I didn't spend more time with my dogs and taking walks and absorbing nature. And so now I'm kind of in this dilemma of what do I want to do? Sorry, I'm trying really hard to not get emotional. Anyways, yeah. So if you are like me and you are kind of pondering like, where am I going from here? Or, am I enjoying what I'm doing? I would really encourage you to think about that and think about like, what you're doing bringing value and joy to your life. I mean, obviously bills have to be paid and, people need to eat, but is there a way that you can satisfy those needs and make your bills and be able to eat and, provide food and shelter and that kind of thing for your family, but also be able to balance that? And right now that's kind of where I'm at, is that maybe I need to look at balancing a little bit better. I was talking to a really good friend of mine a few days ago, and I said to her, I really miss the days when I was just a nurse, when I wasn't like super high up in management, when I wasn't, when I wasn't all these other things, when I was just like this little plebe of an ER nurse, and no one cared what I said or what I did. I just came into work, I punched my time clock, I took care of patients, and I went home. And I had never had any money, but I was happy with my job, and I was happy with my life, and I really didn't have a long commute. And man, I was so much happier then. And we both started laughing because we were talking about how in those early days of nursing, we were both like completely broke, paying back student loans, and all we had to eat was ramen. But we were both so happy. And just because you're making more money doesn't necessarily mean you're happier. And sometimes you lose sight of that. And so we were just kind of talking a lot about that. And so I just am kind of encouraging you that if you're in that spot of trying to balance your work life and what you are looking at and what is important to you, that I've never told a patient or heard a patient say, I wished I would have worked more. And so I hope this has been valuable to someone. I would love to hear your comments. So I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday, and I will catch up with you in the next video.